All right, we are back with show number 2 tonight here on DJNTV. That's right, there it is, the paper. For those of you wondering, we really do produce a newspaper.
It's awesome.
It is, it is really cool. It's just Joe. Every once in a while, I have somebody who's like, "Really, newsprint?" It's like, yeah, it is. But as we were talking, Joe actually has one by in the living room. I'll be honest. Most people who get the disc jockey news, it doesn't see the living room very often. Yes, we are the most read publication, and we have been the most read publication for a long time. But now that there is not other publications in our, yeah, we can definitely take that.
New byline.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get T-shirts made with that.
Yeah,
That'll be great. Joe Bunn
read
is
on more toilets than any publication in the country.
exactly, and if you really get desperate, there's always the ability to use Page. For okay. Oh, we'll leave that one alone. But Joe, for those of you who don't know, Joe Bunn is our guest tonight. Joe, thank you for being with me tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me, John.
So let's talk a little bit. We want to talk about you released a cool video last week. We want to talk about that. Mobile Beats coming up here and such. So let's start with the Mobile Beat thing. Tell us a little bit about what's going to happen for Joe Bunn at Mobile Beat 2017.
So, yeah, man. I mean, as always, I will 100% be there. I will be there for as long as I'm in the business. Probably when I'm out of the business, I've been going since I was, in my 20s, probably year after year, from hotel to hotel, and not speaking this year, but not to be sorry about that, because I feel like it's going to give me a lot more time to network and hang out. Really excited about being or working with QSC this year. I'm definitely going to be going live from the conference on Monday and Tuesday. We're calling it Live at 5 with myself and Jason Clock from the QSC demo room.
Nice.
So we'll be doing that and kind of recapping the conference and everything else that's gone on throughout the day. And
is that going to be 5 o'clock?
It'll be 5 o'clock
Pacific.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Vegas time. So 5 o'clock Monday night and 5 o'clock Tuesday night Pacific time. And again, we'll be doing that from the demo room and probably just literally going Facebook Live with it. We're going to have multiple streams set up. So we'll probably be coming through Jason Clock's feed, my feed, and QSC's audio page. So I'm really excited about that. And I feel like maybe this is a good platform to announce. Really, this will be the first time I've even mentioned it to anybody other than my wife and the guy that's helping me. But you will see me on the trade show floor this year, which is very unusual, because we right here in Raleigh, North Carolina, are manufacturing and producing a fiberglass DJ booth. You heard it here first.
Wow.
So it is a 3-piece booth. It is for the guy that doesn't have a van, that doesn't have, a huge car, that's a weekend warrior, or even a guy like myself that just recently got a van. You don't need a van to get this thing around. The entire thing weighs less than 50 pounds. It can be any color you want. I can pick it up over my head with one hand. It's beautiful. It can be customized with whatever controller you use or whatever turntables you want. We can put your name on it. It can come pre-wired. It has a laptop stand. I mean, this thing is gorgeous. So I couldn't be more excited. We have a booth on the showroom floor. We'll be there Tuesday and Wednesday doing that. I think it's from 2 to 7 is how long the showroom floor is open.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's after lunch sometime.
Yeah, Vision DJ Designs, and the website should be up later this week, and I'll be starting to trickle out some teasers and pictures and a little short video of me setting it up. But there's no tools required. Again, made in the United States. You can make it any color because it's fiberglass, totally customizable, pre-wired. It's the bee's knees.
Very nice. Is that something that came from your experience with your staff and such? You guys have.
It was. We've gone through different iterations and different companies of facades or front boards or whatever people call them.
Right.
There's a company in Germany a lot of guys buy from that we bought a piece from. And as beautiful as it was, it had 30, 45 metric screws to put it together. You know, you would have needed a screw gun. Then you got to make sure the screw gun or the drill is charged when you get there. And it really needed two people. Or if you left it assembled, quite frankly, it was just too much of a beast for one person to handle. And we always go out by ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't have roadies. We don't do an MC kind of DJ combo. We're really ourselves. And even when I left it assembled, it was literally killing my arm. Every Sunday, I would get up the next, after a gig, and I'd have this huge bruise right here from where I was trying to kind of manhandle this thing out of the van. And finally, I just got fed up. And ironically, one of my DJs is a fiberglass guy. All my guys have full-time jobs, air conditioner repairman, computer guy, electrician. And this guy happens to work on sailboats and, build slides for water parks and giant rhinoceroses for putt-putt courses and things like that. And he and I just kind of went to the drawing board, really started on it at the end of last year. And so the one we're bringing is the prototype. It's the only one. So hopefully the interest is going to be strong enough where we come back and crank out 50 of them.
Eric is wondering how much weight will it hold then? So maybe before we get to that, I don't think we have a picture of it, do we?
No, we do not.
I don't think I've seen anything yet. Kind of describe it for us and kind of take us on a imaginary tour.
Yeah. I wonder if I could send you one or screen share it or something like that.
Yeah, if you've got something, if you're on a laptop and you have it on that computer, you could screen share.
Sure. I'll do that real quick for you guys for the big reveal here.
Just awesome. A second. I'm going to pop over. Okay. While you do that, I'm gonna shut you off a second. You can pop that screen up, and I'm just gonna go to myself here for just a second. That way, you can share the screen, and we can get it put together or get it all lined up and such. And looking at that. So for those of you who are watching this and seeing Joe, you guys can't hear Joe right now because he's on the second window. But we're going to be showing his new product. He's going to be showing at Mobile Beat Las Vegas 2017, which is a DJ table stand front that is going to look awesome. So Joe, when you get that ready, I'll bring. Okay, do the screen share. It should be at the bottom of the window. That in Zoom, you should be able. And there we are. Just a second. I'm going to move that back over. I've got to shut off a piece. And now, Joe, you are back with us, and there it is.
So there's your view from the front there. And then can you see the other one? Kind of see the top?
No, you must have clicked this share just this one. But let's you said this disassembles for transportation?
Yep.
Okay, so walk us through that.
Yeah, so basically you can see, and the beauty of it is really in three parts. So you've got your top part where your controller will go. And again, that wood piece on top that kind of surrounds the controller will be cut to whatever you use. Some people Newmark, some Denon, some even use turntables. That piece will be cut. So that's the top part. Then you have that kind of tower piece in the middle. And that actually has all the wiring on the bottom. So you'll have input. So you'll have 3 power jacks, one going to the wall and 2 female ones for running your power to your speakers, and then 2 XLR jacks. And that'll be down kind of by your feet. And then, of course, you've got that bottom piece. So that entire thing breaks into 3 parts. 4 technically if you're including the acrylic laptop stand, which I think really makes it even more kind of cool and unique.
Yeah.
And that will go in a carry bag that we've got a company in New York making for us. And literally we've made the straps go around the entire thing so they can't rip off and go right over your shoulder, and you'll be able to carry it in. And
total weight? Under 50 pounds.
Less than 50. And the original version of it was too light. I mean, I kept on to make it lighter. And then when I put my gear in it, I was like, oh, this is too light.
It almost felt like it's gonna.
I was terrified, like that. A freakish windstorm would blow it in the ocean.
Very nice. And now you said that of course any controller can be configured for that. As I'm looking at that, where now some of us are using external hard drives on the laptops.
Yep.
Is there a spot for that to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's you're kind of missing. Let me see if I can go. I'm gonna stop share real quick, John.
Yep.
And go to a different picture here.
Yeah, it went up really well how you did before, so now I won't bounce back.
That is.
There we go. Oh yeah, okay. Now we're getting a good view of it.
Yeah, so you get plenty of deck room, I want to say. So for me, when I use it, I have my all my agenda and my song list and everything on my iPad.
Yeah.
And I stand it up kind of vertically and just kind of read my introduction list and such on there. And then I would just, and then actually right under that laptop stand is where I put my wireless mic. And then I feel like that you could also do your external hard drive there or anywhere on that deck space. And then let me show you one last picture. I want to show you
a question, Joe. Someone was asking height as far as I'm 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2".
This is my favorite part. It can be whatever you want it to be because we made the tower, the middle part really long, and then we just trim it off according to height. So what we'll have is when you say, Joe, basically what we'll want you to do is measure, put your gear on a keyboard stand or on a 6-foot banquet table and measure, say, from the top of the player to the floor. What's comfortable for you? Because again, John, very tall. I'm not. I'm 5'9". So we cut this one down. You'll see this one in Las Vegas to be very short for me.
Yep.
And let me show you this last picture here.
Joe, somebody was asking that they saw something similar to that at Expo. You have not had this out before. This is your first.
I've never even mentioned it online. I've never even posted a picture.
That's what I thought.
Until this moment. So there is a company in Germany that makes these, and we kind of, I wouldn't say we patterned it after it, but it is very similar shape.
Yeah.
I own one, Jana has one, Clock has one, a bunch of people across the country have it. But again, it is not made for a mobile DJ. It is made for somebody to, that has a van and a road crew and everything else. One last picture here, John.
Yeah, no problem.
And so here's the bottom, right before the base.
Oh yeah.
So again, you'll be able to obviously spread these out so they're not sitting there on your feet or whatever, and a little bit of gaff tape. But the beauty of it is they're hidden from the audience. Your center plug there goes straight to the wall, and then you've got your XLR and your power to go to your two powered speakers. And then basically what it does is comes up inside that tower and then goes right into a power strip, and then you're done. That's it. I mean, there's maybe, I guess you connect XLRs to the back of the controller, your connections into the power strip, which there's just a plain black 7 outlet strip in there. And then that's your only connections you need to make.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
So yes, I'm not saying that this is, revolutionary and nobody's ever designed a DJ booth, and, but this is our version. We think we've kind of tried to think of everything, and, it's really going to depend on what happens in the, in Vegas, what kind of feedback we get.
They're asking about a white version, and then about any kind of LED lighting. Have you guys?
Okay, so it's both excellent questions. Yeah, I mean, any color. Like, you could send us a swatch from your favorite purple sweater, and we can make it. It would be, kind of hideous at a wedding, but yes, black, white, blue, brown, purple, it doesn't matter because it's fiberglass, and each one is going to be a custom one-off. Height, again, will be able to vary, up and down. The top and the base are always going to be the same, but the height will be able to be adjustable. And then LED, the version we're also bringing to Mobile Beat is we're going to bring a few different tops. So you saw there, that's just a black stained birch wood that they make like really high-end skateboards and things out of.
Uh-huh.
But we're also bringing a polycarbonate top, or a plexiglass top, if you will, with that kind of smoked glass. and then the inner rim of that top is an LED strip. So basically the whole top is hopefully going to look like it's glowing. We're actually test fitting that tomorrow.
Nice.
But we're going to bring all the tops just so we can show people. And again, that's why we're going to be there. We'll obviously be speaking to DJs, kind of getting their feedback and seeing what people think about it.
So, of course, you know what the next question is, Joe?
How much?
There it is.
That's a great question. So it's basically going to be right around $1,100, I think. And then it depends on if you want to add different things. So we made it really competitive with the German model. Obviously, you won't have to pay the $250 shipping. You only have to pay sales tax if you're in North Carolina. But it's basically around $1,100. The laptop stand is an additional, I can't remember, a couple hundred, maybe $250. The bag will be an additional thing. But basically what we're going to try and do, especially for the show, is package all this up. And I got to, again, this is so preliminary that I'm still working on it, but package it all up and say, look, if you want everything, the bag, wired up, pick your color, pick your top, everything we have, and ship to you, it's X dollars.
Right.
And it'll be less than kind of the a la carte price, just like we do DJ pricing, which is a good segue into the sales thing of things.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Just checking the chat room.
Sure.
Yeah, it's definitely for those it's a unique look, and it's going to be one of those things that not every DJ in a market is going to have, which is not truthfully that you don't want to be looking like every other DJ in your market.
Right. And I don't take it every event, even myself. I mean, I'm again, I own one. I own another, the wooden version from Germany that looks sort of like that. I didn't take it every event. There were several things where I just either one, didn't want to deal with a 130-pound version, or two, it just didn't seem to fit that event. But high-end weddings or things in museums or even retail gigs, when I was kind of set up like almost like in the window of these places, it just was always the focal point of the room, and I always got just the most amazing compliments about how good the setup looked.
Yeah. Versus,
again, and the reason I started it was, you go into a venue and what do you have? A 6-foot skirted table, which even for me is too low, and I'm only 5'9".
Yep.
Like just end of the night, my back's killing me.
Yeah, I know. Been there, done that numerous times. Unfortunately, It's like, oh yeah, that makes for a miserably long night. Joe, we're going to be running out of time. Let's talk a little bit about the video, and then we're going to get into this. We're going to have to come back and after Mobile Beat after Mobile Beat and such, and talk about the sales side of things. The video you guys put together. Now, a lot of you probably didn't have a chance to see it. If you go to Joe Bunn, go out to their YouTube channel, you'll see it there, or out to our channel. We put it up there also. First off, oh my gosh, that's like a motion picture you guys shot with that thing. Not length. I mean, just the quality of.
Yeah, somebody was like, "Man, this thing looks like the Dark Knight trailer," and
I know it was like
that's a great compliment.
It's like, this is cool. I told Lori after I'm done watching it, it's like I'm not sure if I should go out and like punch beef or something. I'm all fired up and motivated to go do something, or if I should be hiding and scared because of the darkness side of it.
It's one of those things where I had this. I told this story the other day when I was on Facebook Live on the day that I released it on Friday. But I was motivated by, of all things, a video that Diddy made for Ciroc. It's his vodka company, and if you Google it, it's really cool, and you'll see where I got my inspiration. But it's called "Let's Get It." Again, it's on YouTube. There's a 30, a 60, and maybe a 2-minute version. Watch the 2-minute version, and you'll see he kind of tells his story of, he didn't have one paper route, he had 3 paper routes, and his mother had 2 jobs, and he worked his butt off, building Bad Boy Records, and it just, and then I remember that again, he has a lot of found footage where it'll cut to old shots of Biggie or old shots of him winning a music award or something. And I remembered I had all these old shots from fraternity parties or when I thought I was a a rap producer, or, you know, when we used to work with bands, and I had all these old, literally VHS tapes that I got converted over, and we just pulled. I mean, it moves at the speed of light. You know, some of those clips are less than a second long, but the same people that, you know, worked with me on all my stuff worked on it. You know, I pitch them an idea and usually show them kind of a reference piece, and then we just go from there.
Yeah, they did a fabulous job with
They really did, man. I'm so blown away by the response too, John. I mean, it's just hitting 11,000 views over the last couple of days, and, you know, it's got shared 60, 70 times, mostly by other DJs, and just the amount of texts and private messages and everything, people just saying that they were inspired. I mean, really made me feel like I'd hit a home run, and I was super excited that I did so.
So what is the video teasing for those who?
Yeah, that's a great question. So at the very end, you'll see where it kind of goes, you know, it kind of flashes up the DJJoeBunn.com logo, which has nothing to do, honestly, with booking us as a DJ at all. I mean, our company page is BunnDJCompany.com. That's where we send our brides and everything. The DJJoeBunn.com page, quite frankly, is about hiring me to consult or to speak to your, you know, NACE group, or to speak at a DJ conference, or to read any of 70 articles, most of which were written for John Young and Ryan Berger over at Mobile Beat. You know, that's all. That content is free. And then there's 2 paid things. Obviously, last year at this time, I released that Marketing the Music DVD, which, again, you know, sold, you know, again, didn't sound like a platinum record, but we sold a couple hundred copies of it. And I was super proud of it. You know, it was one of those things. It was the hardest thing for me to finally get it from my brain and put it out on this DVD. And then now, which I should be seeing today, I'm sorry, tomorrow or the next day, the final cut of Selling the Music, which is going to be exactly what it sounds like. It's exactly how we at Bunn DJ Company do 600 shows just in the Raleigh office with only 1 full-time employee. So how do I answer the phone, respond to the lead, automate the lead, send it to the DJ, and then even a mock consultation where I had a bride and groom come in and sit down with me for the 40-minute consultation and actually film it.
Oh, very nice.
What do I say? What am I showing on the screen? What about some of the tough questions that they ask? So it's just a different take on the sales process. You know, I've talked about it before, like, we're just very unique in that I let my guys sell. So they have this particular, you know, keynote presentation that they're showing to the couple, and they say certain things and they close a certain way, and all that's going to be on this DVD. And I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
And you guys can go check that out. I just put the link, the YouTube link, in the description, or excuse me, in the chat room, and I'll put it in the description also here. And then you guys can also pop out. We got the link in the description for DJJoeBunn.com, which is pretty easy to. Yeah, I think you guys can get that spelled. But yeah, those are the spots you can go check out the video, because the YouTube link is there, and then of course Joe's website.
Yeah, and then the link for the booth and everything, I'll start spreading that around later. The site's not quite ready yet.
Yeah, we can, when we have that, we'll send that through our social media channels so you guys can find that and such too.
You're the man.
Cool stuff. Our time just went zip.
I know. I kind of hijacked it with the thing, I wasn't quite ready to talk about it. But then when you said I could share my screen and show pictures, I was like,
you know, and that was fabulous, because that's it's always kind of cool to get the behind the scenes, but pre-show stuff.
You got the very first look.
We did. And appreciate that you guys that are watching tonight and watching after the recorded. You are now one of some of the first ones.
You're really in the know.
Yeah, you guys can check that out. And we'll have a crew down at Mobile Beat, and Joe will come through and shoot the video and talk about it and kind of walk around it and such at the show. So you guys get to see more of it. So, Joe, we're going to have to wrap things up. I appreciate you being on, and we'll, again, get into the sales side of it. Where we were going to talk about some of the sales issues that a lot of you guys are having and such, and have that conversation, but that'll be after Mobile Beat. So, Joe, have a great time in Las Vegas, and we'll catch you then after Mobile Beat.
Thank you, John.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes.